obviously their defense has been insane these last couple of weeks with Chris Jones and L'Jarius Sneed and all them pushing, coming up clutch, for the wins.
Yeah.
It's a totally different team. I mean, this team is relying heavily on the defense, which obviously we have not seen in the past couple of seasons with Patrick Mahomes. Um, what have you noticed from the defensive side that's kind of pushed them towards the Super Bowl that they are in now?
Yeah. One, I would say, well, there's multiple things. I'll start with the more simple ones. I guess a lot of missed tackles over the years. It was pretty painful watching, especially like specifically when we had it was Tyrann Mathieu and who was oh man. Oh God, I can't remember. It was our other free safety. There was the kind of the Daniel, yeah, Danny Sorensen. Yeah,
That's
that
right.
was
That's right.
that those were it was hard times watching that. And so I think now we've got competent running backs, I'm sorry, not running backs, linebackers, of course with Bolton, Gay, Tranquil, and it's we even got a rookie last year, I guess second year, Leo Chanel. They're all, I would say, very good at what they do, very sure tacklers, and of course I think D line starting to pick up. I think we were towards the back end on sacks and pressures last year. Actually, I think just sacks, but I know
Yeah.
we were towards the back end of sacks last year, and this year I think we're top 5, 10 in sacks. I don't remember. I don't know, how high, but yeah, I would say that getting pressure on the D line, and of course now that we have the cornerbacks that'll actually stay coverage and
Yeah.
not too many flags or anything. I think that's kind of been the solution so far.
Right. And obviously the offense, is, it's not, I mean, it's still great, but it wasn't the same as it was the last couple of years with
Mhm.
Patrick Mahomes. And, looking at the stats, I mean, last season they had 41 passing touchdowns. This year they have 28. And then last year they had 18 rushing touchdowns. They only have 9 this year. So obviously you can see that, the little decline from the offensive side, but somehow, some way, I mean, they still made it through, and Patrick Mahomes is still, the best player in the league, in my opinion. What have you seen, you know, from the season, from the regular season to the postseason? What has been the difference between, you know, winning these games for the Chiefs?
Yeah, yeah, definitely one of the things was cutting down a lot of mistakes. So like a lot of course, like that Raiders game on, I think it was Christmas Day when we
Yeah.
when we lost to the Raiders. It was we threw a pick six. I think we fumbled for touchdown recovery, and then 8 seconds later threw a pick six, and then
Yeah.
threw, I think, it's just stuff like that that had happened all season. Players, of course, the receivers dropping passes, and
Right.
that's definitely one of the most frustrating things I've had to see. And then of course, passes going through the hands and then getting intercepted. It's just a lot of mistakes like that, I think, and
Right.
not really having, Kelsey was not playing so well. He was, lots of drops kind of throughout the whole team, and so
Right.
Mahomes, Pat wasn't playing too great either. But I think now, they about this time, playoff time, they really really lock in, I guess. So it's
Yeah.
I guess I can't tell too much of specifically what it is. I think maybe just an attitude change and
Yeah.
a lot of playoff experience. They kind of I like to think they would know what they're doing by now. So help them in games like the Ravens and the Bills, stuff that I didn't think they would win. But
Yeah.
I'm glad at least that we're where we're at now, and so it's definitely better than where I thought we were heading at the beginning of the season.
Yeah.
So yeah.